Have you ever had one of those mornings where you swing your legs out of bed, put your feet on the floor, and suddenly feel a tight pull in your calf or a stiffness in your knees that makes you pause for a moment? You're not alone. As we get older, our bodies don't always cooperate the way they used to. Simple movements can feel a bit heavier, a bit slower, and sometimes a lot more uncomfortable. That familiar ache in your joints, or those unexpected cramps that wake you up at night, aren't just signs of aging. They're signals. Your body's way of saying, "Hey, I could use a little help here." And the good news is, you can help. You don't need to overhaul your whole routine or push yourself through grueling workouts. What you need are gentle, consistent habits that support your body and keep those creaks and cramps at bay. In this video, we're going to go over 5 simple, doable health tips, specifically designed for people over 60. These aren't just random suggestions. They're tried and true habits that can keep your joints feeling more comfortable and your muscles relaxed and cramp-free. We're talking about daily steps you can take to support your joints, ease inflammation, and prevent those frustrating muscle spasms that seem to strike at the worst times. Let's start with something that often gets overlooked but makes a huge difference: hydration. Yes, good old water. It might sound too simple to matter, but staying hydrated is one of the most powerful ways to reduce joint pain and prevent cramps. When your body doesn't have enough fluids, your muscles can tighten up, your joints can become less lubricated, and that leads to stiffness and discomfort. Think of your joints like hinges on a door. They need oil to move smoothly. Water is that oil for your body. Now, I get it. Sometimes drinking enough water doesn't feel easy. Maybe you don't feel as thirsty as you used to, or you don't want to keep running to the bathroom. But small shifts can help. Try keeping a water bottle nearby and sipping throughout the day, even just a few sips every hour. Add a little lemon or cucumber for flavor if plain water doesn't appeal to you. And if you really struggle with plain water, herbal teas or water-rich fruits like watermelon or oranges can count toward your hydration too. You might be surprised how much looser your body feels after just a few days of proper hydration. Leg cramps at night? They often come from dehydration, achy knees, or stiff fingers. Water helps reduce inflammation that contributes to those issues. It's a quiet fix, but an incredibly effective one. Now let's talk about movement, but not the kind that leaves you sore the next day. We're talking about gentle, joint-friendly motion that actually nourishes your body. You don't need to jog or lift heavy weights to keep your joints healthy. In fact, high-impact exercise can sometimes make things worse. What your joints love is regular, low-impact movement that gets the blood flowing and keeps your muscles and connective tissue warm and flexible. Something as simple as stretching for 5 to 10 minutes each morning can work wonders. Picture this: you wake up, take a deep breath, and instead of rushing to your coffee pot, you take a few minutes to stretch out your arms overhead, rotate your shoulders, gently twist your torso, maybe do a couple of toe touches or knee bends. This doesn't have to be a yoga class or anything fancy. Just slow, gentle movements that tell your body, let's get ready for the day. Even a short walk around your living room or up and down the hallway can loosen things up. Or, if you prefer, try seated movements while watching TV, rotating your ankles, lifting your heels, or slowly extending your legs. These simple habits keep your joints lubricated and your muscles active, which reduces the chance of stiffness and those annoying cramps that can sneak up when you've been still too long. The key is consistency. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't wait until you have a cavity to start brushing, right? It's the same with your joints. A little movement every day keeps them in good working order. You're not aiming for a marathon, you're aiming for ease, for the ability to stand up, sit down, reach, and move with less pain and more freedom. And speaking of ease, let's not forget the power of what you eat. Food isn't just fuel, it's also medicine. Certain foods naturally support joint health and help reduce inflammation, while others can quietly stir up stiffness and pain. Imagine your body as a garden. What you feed it determines how well it grows and thrives. One of the best things you can do for your joints and muscles is to include anti-inflammatory foods in your meals. Think of things like salmon, walnuts, flax seeds. These are full of omega-3 fatty acids, which help calm inflammation. Bright fruits and vegetables like berries, spinach, and sweet potatoes are packed with vitamins and antioxidants that protect your tissues. Even spices like turmeric and ginger can offer natural relief, helping reduce soreness without the need for more pills. At the same time, it's helpful to be mindful of foods that may be making things worse. Highly processed items, deep-fried snacks, and sugary treats may be tasty in the moment, but they can quietly increase inflammation and aggravate joint pain. Now, this doesn't mean you have to give up everything you love. Life's too short to never have a slice of pie. But choosing more nourishing foods more often can make a big difference in how your body feels day to day. And here's the thing. These aren't strict rules. They're gentle shifts. Maybe you add a handful of berries to your breakfast or swap out white bread for whole grain. Maybe you have grilled fish once a week instead of red meat. Every small change adds up to something bigger. Less stiffness, fewer cramps, and more comfort in your day-to-day life. Now that we've touched on the importance of staying hydrated, moving gently, and nourishing your body with the right foods, let's move on to the next powerful tip that can help you keep your joints pain-free and those pesky cramps in check. A good night's sleep. I know that might sound like something easier said than done, especially if you've been tossing and turning lately, or waking up with stiff joints, or that all-too-familiar Charlie horse in the middle of the night. But sleep plays a bigger role in your joint and muscle health than most people realize. When we sleep, our bodies go into repair mode. Muscles get a chance to relax and recover, and inflammation naturally decreases. But when we're not getting enough rest, or the rest we do get is poor quality, that healing process doesn't happen as it should. And that can lead to tight muscles, aching joints, and yes, even more cramps. Now here's the good news. You don't need to be asleep by 9 p.m. on the dot or follow some complicated sleep ritual to make a difference. A few simple changes can help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling less stiff and more mobile. One of the easiest ways is to start winding down earlier in the evening. Try turning off bright screens at least an hour before bed, and dim the lights around your home if you can. Our brains respond to light. It tells our bodies it's time to be awake. So, by lowering the lights, You're helping your body get the message that it's time to rest. Another helpful tip? Stretch before bed. Not a workout, just a few minutes of gentle movement. Focus on your calves, thighs, and lower back. These areas often tighten up during the day and can cramp at night. You might try lying on your back and pulling one knee to your chest, or doing some light ankle rolls. It helps your body release the tension it's been holding on to, so you can relax more deeply once you hit the pillow. Also, pay attention to what you're drinking before bedtime. Too much caffeine or even too much fluid late in the day can interrupt your sleep. Try sipping a cup of chamomile tea or warm milk instead. It's calming, and both have been shown to help with sleep. And keep your bedroom cool and comfortable. A fan, soft bedding, and even a little lavender scent can make a surprising difference. Now let's talk about something that doesn't get nearly enough attention. Posture. Yes, posture. You might not think of it as a health tip, but the way we carry ourselves, how we sit, stand, and move, affects our joints more than we realize. Slouching or sitting in the same position for too long can put pressure on the hips, knees, neck, and back, leading to stiffness, soreness, and over time, even more serious problems like misalignment or chronic pain. The good news is that improving your posture doesn't require hours of effort. It just takes a little awareness and some small shifts throughout your day. Next time you're sitting at the table or watching TV, take a moment to check in with your body. Are your shoulders hunched forward? Is your neck jutting out? Try sitting up a little straighter, rolling your shoulders back, and aligning your ears with your shoulders. You might feel a little taller instantly, and that's a sign your body is moving in the right direction. Even standing posture matters. If you've been on your feet for a while, try to avoid locking your knees. Keep a soft bend in them, engage your core just a bit, and distribute your weight evenly across both feet. Over time, these little tweaks help reduce strain on your joints, improve balance, and even make you less prone to falling. Speaking of falls, that's another hidden benefit of good posture. When your body is aligned, you move more confidently and steadily. That alone reduces your risk of slips, trips, and awkward landings that can cause injury. So next time you catch yourself slouching or leaning to one side, gently correct it. You're not just helping your spine, you're helping every part of your body work together a little more smoothly. One more thing to consider, especially when we talk about posture and joint comfort, is your environment. Take a quick look at the chairs you sit in most often. Are they supportive? Do your feet rest flat on the floor when you sit? Or are your knees dangling? Small adjustments like a cushion behind your lower back or a footrest under your chair can make a world of difference. The same goes for your shoes. Supportive footwear can ease pressure on your knees, hips, and lower back, especially if you're on your feet a lot during the day. And let's not forget about the emotional side of things. Stress, tension, and worry can build up in the body just like physical strain does. We carry it in our shoulders, in our backs, in our jaws. Over time, that tension can create tightness that leads to soreness or even cramps. Taking time to unwind, breathe deeply, or do something you enjoy every day isn't just feel-good advice. It's a physical health tip. Whether it's listening to music, sitting on the porch, reading a favorite book, or chatting with a friend, these small joys help your muscles soften and your mind settle. Our bodies respond to how we treat them. When we move with care, rest with intention, and eat with purpose, they return the favor. Joints become less stiff, cramps become less frequent, energy comes back little by little, and suddenly, daily life feels a bit easier. Bending down to tie your shoe doesn't feel like a chore. Climbing the stairs doesn't bring that familiar ache, and your body begins to feel, well, more like yours again. Next, we'll dive into one final, incredibly important tip to tie it all together, something that helps everything else you've heard today work even better and last longer: hydration. Yes, plain old water. It might seem simple, even obvious, but staying properly hydrated is one of the most powerful and most overlooked ways to protect your joints and prevent those nagging cramps that seem to come out of nowhere. You see, our joints are surrounded by fluid that acts like a cushion. It helps bones glide smoothly and prevents friction. But when we're dehydrated, that cushion gets thinner. Things start to feel stiff, tight, maybe even painful. Add in a bit of age-related wear and tear, and suddenly you've got discomfort that sticks around longer than it should. And cramps? They love to sneak up when your body is running low on water and key minerals like magnesium or potassium. Now, I'm not saying you need to be chugging gallons of water every day, but being more mindful about your intake can make a real difference. A good way to tell if you're getting enough? Just pay attention to your thirst cues and take small sips throughout the day, even if you're not feeling particularly parched. Another easy trick is to check the color of your urine. Pale yellow usually means you're well hydrated, while darker shades suggest it's time to drink up. If plain water isn't your favorite, try adding a slice of lemon or cucumber. Herbal teas are also a great option, especially ones like peppermint or ginger, which can soothe the stomach and help reduce inflammation. And remember, fruits and vegetables with high water content, like watermelon, oranges, cucumbers, and leafy greens, count toward your hydration too. It's not just about drinking, it's about nourishing your body in all kinds of small, helpful ways. And speaking of nourishment, it's worth mentioning how all these pieces fit together. Movement keeps the joints fluid. The right foods give your body the tools to repair itself. Good posture and rest prevent strain and allow healing. And hydration supports every single one of those functions. It's like putting oil in a car engine. It helps everything run more smoothly, with less wear and tear. If you've been dealing with stiffness in your knees or hips, or those middle-of-the-night cramps that wake you up out of a dead sleep, I want you to know this: you're not alone and you're not stuck. The things we've talked about today, gentle movement, mindful eating, quality sleep, posture awareness, and hydration, aren't about quick fixes. They're about steady, sustainable changes that help you feel more like yourself again. You don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle in one day. Just pick one area to focus on this week. Maybe you start with a 10-minute walk in the morning, or adding an extra glass of water after lunch. Maybe it's adjusting your pillow or stretching before bed. These little choices matter. They add up, and over time, they can bring incredible relief, not just physically, but emotionally too. There's something powerful about waking up and realizing, hey, I don't ache the way I used to. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's this: your body still wants to work with you. Even if you've had years of discomfort or days where it felt like things were only getting worse, there is always a way forward. Healing doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be consistent. And the fact that you're here, taking in this information, looking for ways to feel better, that says a lot about your determination and your hope. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's something you've tried that helped your joints feel better? Or maybe you've got a go-to remedy for nighttime leg cramps. Share your tips in the comments. Your experience could be just what someone else needs to hear today. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. We're building a community of people who believe that aging doesn't have to mean slowing down or giving up the things we love. There's so much life still to live, and when we take care of our bodies, they reward us in beautiful ways. So here's to strong joints, restful nights, and more moments of ease and comfort in your everyday life. Take care of yourself. You're worth it.